before we get to tonight's shenanigans with Adrian Broner, and if this fight is still on, which I think it is, on the Twitterverse, you see that it's gone on and off, and all because Adrian Broner has decided to not make the weight, not on one occasion, but on two occasions. First, he doesn't come in to meet the 130-pound limit, comes in at 133.5, okay, and then he comes in the next day, supposed to meet 140 pounds, comes in at 143.5, and the reality is nobody has any idea if this fight is on. My guess is tonight we're going to see Adrian Broner step in the ring against Vicente Escobedo. But I just want to read you something from Ray Boom Boom Mancini in my book, The Beloved Warrior, The Rise and Fall of Alexis Arguello. In the foreword, Boom Boom says, "I will forever be appreciative of being so closely associated with such a gentleman and champion. I always say that when you look up the word champion in the dictionary and read of its qualities, class, grace, and humility, you will see a picture of Alexis Arguello." Ray Boom Boom Mancini and Alexis Arguello had a friendship in the ring, a bond in the ring that only Alexis Arguello really initiated. Only a fighter like Alexis Arguello could initiate. He had such class. He was such a gentleman. He had that grace. He had that way about him that just made people love him. Adrian Broner doesn't have that, but he does have the skills that few boxers that I've seen in the past decade have, and that's what differentiates him from all these other fighters. The kid can fight, there's no doubt about it. He's got speed, he's got power, he's got the confidence, he's brash. Well, maybe a little too brash if you've watched the show that HBO has put out on him, but today we take a step back because Adrian Broner, when you talk about the things that Ray Mancini talked about with Alexis Arguello, there's that one flaw, and that's dedication. In his show, Adrian Broner promises that he's put the work in, that he put the time in, that he did everything that a champion should do, and that he hasn't overlooked Escobedo. But then he comes out, and it's not as even if he's close to making the weight. It's just that I guess he just thought that he wouldn't make the weight, but since he is Adrian Broner and he has such a reputation, and that Escobedo had to fight him, that Escobedo's people would have wilted and would have said, "Hey, oh, of course, we'll just take a couple thousand here. You'll have the penalty. We'll take the title, but we'll still fight you." And that's not what they did. And they actually made Broner sweat a little. And that's what I like about this, is the fact that, hey, I would have no problem with Escobedo just walking out, which he probably no one would have faulted him. But we thought Broner had a little more devotion, a little more dedication. Guys at 22, 23 years old, we expect to make mistakes. But he came close to making the biggest mistake, and that was, there's no bigger penalty for a young fighter than not being able to fight. And he put himself in that position. He owes everyone at HBO, owes everyone at Golden Boy, owes every one of his fans a huge, huge apology for what he put them through over the past 2 days. It's an embarrassment. It's a debacle. He created this chaos. Nobody knew if he was going to fight. But this is not the act of a champion. We knew with the Danny Garcia fight with Amir Khan, few people gave Garcia the chance to beat Amir Khan because they thought Amir Khan was coming back and he had to impress. And I was with that group. But then you realize that Amir Khan has that flaw, and the flaw is his chin. He'll always have that flaw. There's nothing that can change that. There's nothing at all that can change the fact that Amir Khan, he's always going to have a weak chin. He's a good fighter. You can't question that. But there's that flaw, and there's that flaw with Adrian Broner. What we were waiting for was, where's the chink in his armor? Well, the chink is a dedication, because he just doesn't have it. And he can win this fight. He probably will. In fact, I doubt that Escobedo is going to give him much of a problem tonight. But when he leaves, he's still the loser. You don't come into a fight and you put everybody who had their confidence in you, everybody who supported you, you put them on edge for 2 days, wondering, oh, what's going to happen with Adrian? No longer in boxing can you act like that. And no longer in any sport can you act like that. It's just not right, and someone needs to let him know. He owes everyone an apology for the way he acted these last 2 days. He's 22. He'll get over it. Hopefully he'll grow from it. I'm Christian Giudice. I'll see you at the fights.